I think he don't did them because he really wanted to do. I think Turki Al-Ashi told him you need to do something, and he did. He did.
Same shit that everybody else been saying since I moved to 147. I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in it. He gonna be next. Why?
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford aren't just standing in the spotlight, they're igniting it. From the first sharp exchange of words to the final icy stare that forced Dana White to step in, the tension hasn't dropped for a second.
What? I didn't. He did before. He tried to welcome me back, and it just was my reaction. That's it.
Crawford didn't hold back during their latest fiery face-off, making it clear that come fight night, there would be no pushing or posturing, just pure punishment. Then he dropped the line, "I'll stomp a mud hole in your ass." That wasn't just smack talk, it was a declaration of war.
When I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your is you gonna be a nobody? You gonna be just like everybody else. Watch. Watch.
The entire build-up has felt less like a press tour and more like a powder keg ready to blow. Crawford's been laughing off the chaos, dismissing Canelo's theatrics like they're meaningless, but behind that calm smile, a storm is brewing. He hasn't shown up to play nice. He's here to make history.
Listen, that wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that little push didn't do nothing, as you can see. But come fight time, we're not going to be pushing, we're going to be punching. So it doesn't even matter.
Brian Bayomac McIntyre, Terence Crawford's longtime trainer, spoke candidly about how the early rounds against Canelo Alvarez might unfold. He didn't downplay the danger of going up against someone as experienced and powerful as Canelo. Bayomac admitted the first round could be tough, a test of timing, distance, and feel.
This is gonna play out, man. You know, like I always say, it's gonna be a tough few rounds, you know, until Terence makes his adjustments, and then, like he does every fight, he's gonna take it over and run away with it.
However, he emphasized that Crawford's success lies in his consistent and strategic approach. According to Bulmek, once Crawford finishes reading his opponent, adjusts to their rhythm, and deciphers their style, the momentum of the fight shifts sharply in his favor. This wasn't just promotional talk, it was a measured observation from a trainer who's watched Crawford dismantle every challenge that's come his way.
The longer they let Terence grow, the worse off they're gonna be. So that's how I look at it, like that. You just look at it, a big dude.
Yeah, no, he looked pretty filled out, pretty solid.
And strong.
Meanwhile, Canelo hasn't held back either, making things just as personal by referencing his bout with Billy Joe Saunders. He claimed that Crawford has sparked a similar fire, and when that fire ignites, Canelo turns into a different kind of beast inside the ring.
Question for Bud Crawford. You know, a lot of MMA fans, UFC fans, may not have ever seen you fight before. And they might tune in because staying in the UFC are involved. So what has it been like maybe introducing yourself to a lot of them?
Meanwhile, Canelo hasn't held back either, making things just as personal by referencing his bout with Billy Joe Saunders. He claimed that Crawford has sparked a similar fire, and when that fire ignites, Canelo turns into a different kind of beast inside the ring.
I think it's corny, to be honest. You know, I tweeted, imagine if Ronaldo and Messi had dinner together before the World Cup. That's just not how real competitors. You think Michael Jordan was doing that type of shit? So I think it's corny, and I would never engage in any of those activities.
The battle has only just begun, but Canelo Alvarez has already made it clear his respect for Terence Crawford is gone. The Mexican superstar took Crawford's recent behavior at the press conference as more than just showmanship. To him, it was personal. What struck Canelo the most was Crawford's dismissive attitude, particularly his bold claim that he doesn't care about living up to anyone's expectations.
A bit more personal because, you know, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And you know, like I say, don't with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different.
At the press conference, Canelo didn't hold back. He boldly suggested that the chaos in their last fight might have been sparked by Turkey urging Crawford to pressure him. In response, Crawford didn't mince words, warning that if Canelo played games with him, it could cost him his entire career.
Touch him.
You know.
Listen.
Hey, we know, buddy. We know.
First
we know.
first
we
and
know.
foremost.
We know. Before I respect his word because he say, "Oh, I'm not gonna let somebody to tell me what I need to do," and he did. So, but you know me. I respect everybody, but if with me, so it's gonna be different.
Terence Crawford's decision to face Canelo Alvarez in his own weight class isn't just bold, it's defiant, daring, and historically significant. In a sport where many fighters carefully avoid unnecessary risk, Crawford is charging straight into history. Already the only fighter in the four-belt era to go undefeated across multiple divisions, he's now aiming to conquer a third against one of the most decorated champions of this generation. The move has stirred reactions across the boxing world, even drawing criticism from legends like Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins. But when asked who he favored, Hopkins, known for his brutal ring IQ and composure under fire, didn't hesitate. He gave Crawford an 85% chance of victory.
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat.
Terence Crawford's decision to fight Canelo Alvarez at his natural weight class is more than bold, it's fearless, rebellious, and potentially historic. In an era where most fighters play it safe, Crawford is choosing to confront legacy head-on. He's already the only man in the four-belt era to go undefeated across two divisions. And now he's aiming to claim a third against one of the most celebrated champions of this generation. The move has ruffled feathers in the boxing world, with even Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins reacting strongly. But when asked to pick a winner, Hopkins, renowned for his razor-sharp ring IQ and icy composure, didn't flinch. He gave Crawford an 85% chance of winning.
He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's going.
Plenty of voices have weighed in during the build-up, but none louder or more direct than Teddy Atlas. With no hesitation and zero filter, Atlas made his stance clear. He's backing Crawford to take it all. There's no room for politeness here. While he stops short of discrediting Canelo's legacy, it's obvious. Atlas wants to see Crawford dethrone the king.
I'm taking Crawford. He'll handle it all. That's it. I am. I'm not in any way trying to shortcome the tremendous fighter named Canelo. I like Canelo a lot, but I like Crawford more. I like Crawford, and I liked him before Canelo didn't look great in his last fight against Skull. I liked him when the fight was first made 2 years ago, or talked about 2 years ago, or close to 2 years ago.
Even Crawford, fully aware of the challenge ahead, isn't backing down. Yeah, he's definitely heavier than me, he admitted, but I've got tools that are better than his too, so it's going to be a great fight. Former world champion Amir Khan, who shared the ring with both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, weighed in on the matchup. It's a tough one to predict, Khan said. While Canelo is typically the bigger man physically, Khan noted that Crawford didn't feel significantly smaller when they fought.
You know, it's a hard fight to call, Canelo Crawford, because, you know, Crawford is a big guy as well. I mean, I normally would say Canelo because he's a bigger guy, but normally he's bigger than his opponents and he puts on the weight well, and when I fought him, he was much heavier.
Khan also pointed out that Canelo tends to rehydrate heavily, often entering the ring significantly heavier than Crawford did when they fought. Despite Crawford matching Canelo in size during their respective bouts, Khan noted a clear difference in punching power. He described Canelo's shots as something far beyond ordinary, dangerous and punishing. According to Khan, that kind of raw power could be a major factor in this fight.
But then again, when I fought against Crawford was as big as Canelo, but I just don't feel that Crawford hits as hard as Canelo. Canelo hits very hard. I mean, his power is, you know what I mean? His power is like unreal.
Speaking with TalkSport Boxing, Amir Khan acknowledged Crawford's impressive power but made it clear it's not on the same level as Canelo's knockout force. Khan praised Crawford's recent performances, noting that he's remained sharp, despite both fighters being in the later stages of their careers. In Khan's view, the fight is still incredibly close, but Crawford remains very much in contention.
With Crawford's got power, don't get me wrong, Crawford's got amazing power, but the thing is that it's not that knockout power that Canelo has. Now, you have to understand, I fought Canelo 10 years ago or so. Now, is that the same Canelo that is out there now? But a lot of people saying Canelo's maybe past his best. Crawford's come off some good wins, looking really good, but still the age is very similar. Both guys are getting on towards the end of their career. I think it's evenly matched, but I do lean more towards Canelo in this one, even though Crawford's a very close friend of mine and helped me in my training camp for my last fight. But it's a hard fight to call because both fighters are at the top of the game. I think it's something that boxing's not seen for a very, very long time, where you've got two fighters. It's hard to say who's going to win. It is a 50-50 fight. Is it skill or power that's going to win, or is it skill or speed that's going to win the fight? We don't know. So
Sure, Canelo may have the physical advantages, but Crawford isn't fazed. He brings the tools that matter: speed, skill, and an unshakable mindset. Crawford doesn't enter the ring just to survive, he comes to win. This belief isn't rooted in bravado, but in pure ability. While he respects Canelo's greatness, Crawford is betting on being greater, and if he's right, it could mark the beginning of a new era in boxing. That belief is starting to echo throughout the boxing world. On the Porter podcast, even former champion Andre Berto couldn't hold back his admiration for what Crawford has accomplished.
It's going to be a great fight, and two of the best are fighting the best. I mean, my opinion, I think you can put Crawford in any position, and man, for some way he knows how to figure it out to get out of that position. I mean, and he got that dog in him.
Yes, Canelo has the physical dimensions, but Crawford isn't rattled. He brings the speed, the mindset, and the purpose. He's not stepping into the ring just to survive, he's stepping in to win. This confidence isn't arrogance, it's rooted in skill. Crawford respects what Canelo has accomplished, but he's betting on his own greatness. Frank Martin also weighed in, comparing the approaches Terence Crawford and William Skull might take against Canelo. He noted that Skull used overly evasive tactics in his last bout with Canelo, something Martin viewed as excessive and ineffective. Crawford, he believes, won't fight scared. Just because someone's the bigger man doesn't mean much. Bigger guys are often slower. If you're moving up in weight, especially against a puncher, you can't afford to get hit, but the smaller guy often brings the edge in speed and sharpness. As the fire around Canelo intensifies, old shadows from his past reappear, this time in the form of Floyd Mayweather. The undefeated legend, who once schooled a young Canelo under the Vegas lights, is back, not with gloves, but with razor-sharp words. And this time, his confidence feels more pointed, more deliberate. In the middle of one of Canelo's most heated build-ups, "You all praise this guy," Mayweather said. "But he was nothing. I was almost 40 when I cooked him. Easy work. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters and lifting him up like he's untouchable." And Mayweather's not the only legend stirring the pot. Oscar De La Hoya, never one to stay silent, had it his own take. With years of watching both men rise from opposite corners of the boxing world, De La Hoya delivered a layered analysis. While offering praise, he didn't shy away from critique, further fueling the narrative surrounding the sport's most anticipated clash.
Or we'll see, Canelo just annihilate him because of the weight. You have to remember that Crawford is a 47-pounder or 54-pounder coming, and Canelo has fought he's probably weighed 200 pounds in the ring at one point. So, and it makes a huge difference, guys. 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds makes a huge difference. So, especially at the elite level. So, I think it's a great.
Oscar De La Hoya didn't mince words when it came to one crucial factor: size. In his view, weight isn't just a number on the tail of the tape, it's a weapon. Canelo, who's fully grown into the 168-pound division, brings a level of power and physicality that Terence Crawford has never faced before. De La Hoya acknowledged Crawford's elite skill set, but warned that the weight gap could be the storm that derails the challenger's plan. "I don't know. I'm not saying it's the same as my situation," De La Hoya said, "but it's going to be a fight people talk about for decades. This will go down in the history books. Crawford is that kind of fighter." Despite the swirling doubts about size, Crawford remains calm, steady in the storm. He doesn't bark back or boast loudly, but when he speaks, it lands with weight. He's heard it all before: too small, outmatched, can't survive. And yet here he is, moving up another weight class, fueled by the same quiet fire. For Crawford, this isn't recklessness, it's a ritual. His entire career has been about defying logic and breaking boundaries. "No, not really. I'm strong," Crawford said. Come fight night, I think people are going to be surprised. People are overthinking this size thing. Canelo's strong. He's a good puncher, but so am I, and fight night. That's going to be something special. Former champion and now respected analyst Timothy Bradley has thrown his full support behind Crawford with no hesitation. His conviction is rare. According to Bradley, Canelo won't be able to stop Crawford, not by knockout, not with pressure, not through size. Crawford, he insists, has too much skill, too much grit, and impeccable timing. Canelo is about to meet his match, Bradley said. Not just physically, but mentally inside that ring.
You really think he's gonna knock out Crawford? I would pick TerenceCrawford to beat a CaneloAlvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick TerenceCrawford, but it's part of the secret is the reason why I'm picking him.
Like, more than anything, he has a mental edge over Canelo.
You could possibly say that.
Yeah.
Possibly say that, you know? Has he lost yet?
No.
You see Canelo you go down the stretch and second guess himself sometimes? There it is right there, though.